Today in Kansas City, the city is honoring Buck O'Neil by outfitting one of its trolley cars that runs up and down Main Street from the River Market to Union Station in the colors of Buck O'Neil's Kansas City Monarchs. There was a ceremony today at noon at the terminus of the trolley car at Union Station, and unfortunately I missed that ceremony. However, I did catch the live show on YouTube with Bob Kendrick, the head of the Negro Leagues Museum, and Bob Costas, and Joe Posnanski, and Ken Burns, talking about what Buck O'Neil meant to them and what Buck O'Neil means to baseball. So this trolley, outfitted to honor Buck O'Neil and his 109th birthday anniversary, will run for several months in the colors of Buck O'Neil and the Monarchs. Personally, my closest contact to Buck O'Neil came when my son was pitching in summer ball. I think he was between his junior year and senior year in high school. And he was pitching at Satchel Paige Stadium, and Buck O'Neil was in the audience scouting Daniel. That's a night that I'll never forget. I mean, imagine sitting there at Satchel Paige Stadium watching my son pitch with Buck O'Neil. And I wasn't sitting with him, I did speak with him, and he mentioned he was impressed by Daniel's poise and his arm. John Buck O'Neil played with the Monarchs from 1938 through 1953, except for 2 years in 44 and 45 when he was in the Navy. He also managed several years for the Monarchs and played on 4 championship teams. He left the Monarchs and became the first African-American coach in the major leagues, and helped bring several players to Major League Baseball from Negro League backgrounds, and helped usher several Negro League players into the Baseball Hall of Fame, though he was not awarded the Hall of Fame honor himself. One thing he does have, though, is the Presidential Medal of Freedom, as awarded to him by President George Bush. And he joined such other baseball notables as Roberto Clemente, Joe DiMaggio, Willie Mays, and Jackie Robinson in receiving the United States' highest civilian honor.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hello, everybody. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you week number 14 from the National League's 1960s season. We have the 1969 Mets and the 1960 Pittsburgh Pirates. Both teams are in the chase for first place. The Pirates are in first place with a record of 9 wins and 4 losses. And the New York Mets are in fourth place with a record of 7 wins and 6 losses. They're not out of it yet, but they must win today. They can't afford to lose a game to the Pirates in the standings. We've had the introductions. Let's play ball. Bob Friend is on the mound for Pittsburgh. Tommy Agee steps into the box. Here's the first pitch of the game. We'll read the black die first, the colors of the Pirates. We're in Forbes Field today. We're using basic Apba, but with the merino boards. So that means we'll use the stealing master rules and more detailed on the fielding. 42 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Agee goes back to the dugout, a strikeout victim. 1 away. Here's Buddy Harrelson, the shortstop. 25 is his role. That's a base hit for Bud Harrelson. Harrelson is a fast runner, and he is a D11 stealing, so I would not say he's a threat to steal. Cleon Jones is the batter. Best hitter for the Mets in 1969, 340 average. There's a pitch to Cleon Jones. 4-2 is going to be a 9, and that's going to be a single against the grade B. Runner goes to second. 2 fast runners on base. And the Mets have something going here in the first. Don Clendenin, a very clutch player. That's first baseman. 22 is a 7. That's a single. One run will score. The other goes to third. Mets are on the board, 1-0. You know how serious this game is. And they might not be done yet in the first. First and third runners are the corner. Both runners are fast. Clendenin is C17 stealing. Again, that'd be less than half a chance. So here is Art Shamsky, 300 hitter in 1969. 64 is a 14-play result, and that is a base on balls that will fill the bases. Shamsky's slow. We'll play it safe with all of our slow runners today, unless I say otherwise. All right, Jerry Grote steps into the box. Bob Friend looks around the bases. He's not seen many friends. Here's the pitch to Jerry Grote. 46 is a swing and a miss, strike 3, a big strikeout for Bob Friend. And it's going to be up to Ken Boswell to get the full value out of this inning. Can Ken Boswell stick a quarter in the merry-go-round? Here's the pitch to Boswell. 23 is a 26. And with the infield back with 2 outs, that is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Mazeroski, who flips the Grote at second to get the third out. 3 outs. The Mets get 1. We go to the bottom of the first. Pirates coming back to bat. Well, we don't know what's going to happen in this game, but it's an inning like that the Mets might look back and say, wish they had more. Jerry Koosman takes them out. He's a grade A pitcher with the X and Z modifiers. Bill Verdon steps into the box. Speedy center fielder for the Pirates. 65 is a 35. That's going to be a foul out to the catcher. 1 down. That's not a foul out to the catcher. I think the Merino boards changed that to, well, there's a foul out to the catcher on the Merino board. Jerry Grote's the batter. 34 is a fly ball to center field. Tommy Agee is under it and makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down. Here is Roberto Clemente. 53 is a 15. New York's fielding column 2. That's a single. Well, let's see. It tests the left fielder, who is Art Shamsky, and he's a fielding column 3, actually. So it's a single, and the batter takes second on an error by Art Shamsky. E7 puts a fast runner, Clemente, at second with 2 outs. Here is first baseman Dick Stewart. Two-two roll for Stewart. That's a hit column roll for the powerful first baseman. And 44 is a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A 2-run home run puts the Pirates on top. 2-1. Don Hoke, the third baseman. Pitch from Koosman to Hoke. 52 is a 27. That is an X. Koosman has the X modifier, so that's a strikeout. With the Pirates in the first with 2 runs on the board. Pittsburgh 2, New York 1. Ed Charles will lead off the top of the second for the Mets, are now trailing by 1. He's the little boy in the movie 42 that sees the train off and Jackie Robinson off. And he's a little boy who grows up to be a major leaguer. I think first starting with the Kansas City Athletics. I followed him when he played for the A's. Here's the pitch to Ed Charles. 63 is a fly ball to center field. Bill Verdon is under it and picks it out of the sky. 1 away. Pitcher Jerry Koosman. No DH in the 60s. 22 is a 21. Pittsburgh is feeling calm 1, but that tests the first baseman, who is not feeling column 1. He's feeling column 3. And that is a error on Dick Stewart. Dr. Strangelove at first base. Koosman's at first, average speed, running wise. Here is Tommy Agee. .26 is a ground ball to Mazeroski at second, who throws to Groth to retire Koosman. Fielder's choice. Now the Mets have a fast runner at first. D23. 1-2 is a 25. That's going to be a ground out to Mazeroski. 4-3. That's the end of the top of the second. Bottom of the second, Pittsburgh 2 and New York 1. All right, Koosman returns to the mound for the bottom of the second. Hal Smith, the catcher, steps into the box. 1-3 is a base on balls for Hal Smith. Slow runner, they're playing it safe automatically with slow runners. Gino Simoli. 61 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Harrelson flips to Boswell over to Clendenin. It's a 6-4-3 double play. And now Bill Mazeroski. 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll for Maz. 31 is a triple. Put Mazeroski at third with 2 outs, and that brings up the pitcher, Bob Friend. Not a strong hitting pitcher. .65 is a 35. That's going to be a ball hit high in the air. Down the line behind third base. Shortstop Buddy Harrelson's giving chase and makes the catch. That ends the second inning. We go to the top of the third. It is Pittsburgh 2 and New York 1. Cleon Jones will lead off the top of the third inning for the Mets. He had 429 in the 1969 NLCS against the Braves. Here's the pitch from Bob Fred to Cleon Jones. 25 is a fly ball to center field. Bill Verdon is under it and makes the catch. 1 away. Here is Don Clendenin. 42 is a 22. That will test the catcher, who is Hal Smith. 8 is a fielding column 1. And that's going to be a dribbler in front of the plate. He throws to first. 2 outs. Hal Smith makes the play. Art Shamsky. 36 is a ground ball to third base. And that's the end of the inning. I think the Marino makes that a ground ball to first base, but I changed that to third base on my board. At any rate, we go to the bottom of the third. It's the Pirates 2 and the Mets 1. Pirates to start at the top of the order, and Bill Verdon. 43 is a ground ball back to Koosman. He has it, throws to Clendenin at first, and Bill Verdon's the first out. Here is Dick Groat, 1960 National League MVP. 62 is a 27. That's an X. He strikes out looking. 2 outs. Roberto Clemente. 1-1 roll for Clemente. That's a hit column roll. 23 is a double for Roberto Clemente. He is 2 for 2. And we should have the Pirate helmet out there. Fast runner at second. Here is Dick Stewart with 2 outs. Homered his last time up. Sorry for hitting that camera. All right, 34 is a fly out to center field that ends the inning. We go to the top of the 4th. Pirates 2, the Mets 1. All right, let's make a check around the National League scoreboard on the History Maker out-of-town baseball scoreboard. The Dodgers are at Cincinnati, and Cincinnati holds a 2-0 lead after 3. The Braves are at Chicago, and the Braves and Cubs are tied 1-1. The St. Louis Cardinals are in San Francisco, and there's some scoring in that game. San Francisco 4 and St. Louis 3 after 3. Jerry Groat, the catcher, steps into the box against Bob Friend. Here's the pitch to Jerry Groat. 21 is a fly ball to right field. Clemente is under it and makes the catch. Ken Boswell. 3-6 is a ground ball to third base. 2 outs, and Boswell has grounded out twice in this game. He's 0 for 2. Ed Charles. 45 is a base on balls. That'll bring up the pitcher, Jerry Koosman. Charles has average speed at first. 1-6 is a 28. Ground out to shortstop. We're at the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Pittsburgh 2 and New York 1. Here we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Don Hoke, Hal Smith, and Gino Cimoli for the Pirates. Here's a pitch from Jerry Koosman. 32 is a ground ball to second base. 1 away. Here's the catcher, Hal Smith. Hal Smith and Gino Cimoli coming off the bat are former Kansas City A's. 1-3 is a 14. That's a base on balls for Hal Smith. Second time he has been patient up there. Slings away the bat and goes to first. Slow runner, they'll play it safe. Here's Gino Cimoli. 53 is a 17 that will test the right fielder, who is Cleon Jones, fielding column 2. That's going to be a fly out to right field. 2 down, and Bill Mazeroski. He has been a clutch player in the league with several key home runs to win games for the Pirates. And we all know what he did in the World Series in 1960. 26 is a 27. That's a X, and Koosman has the X. Strike 3. We go to the top of the 5th. Pittsburgh 2 and New York 1. All right, Bob Friend completes his warm-up tosses for the top of the 5th inning. He could be considered a staff workhorse. He pitched over 200 innings, 11 seasons. And after he retired, he became a businessman in the Pittsburgh area and a local politician. Here's the pitch to Tommy Agee. 5-5 is a 8 against the B. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Bill Verdon is under it and makes the catch. 1 down. Bud Harrelson. 1-2 is going to be a ground ball to Second base, Bill Mazeroski with the play, 2 away. Here is Cleon Jones. And 44 is a single for Cleon Jones, a 2-out hit. Cleon is 2 for 3 today, 2 singles. Fast runner, E26 stealing. That would be, with the modifications, he's going to be 11 through 44. Don Clendenin's up. He's got some power. 11 through 44, he'll be safe. He's going to try to steal. 24, and he is safe with a stolen base. Scoring position now for Clendenin. 26 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Pittsburgh 2 and New York 1. Bob Friend will lead off for the Pirates. 42, that's a strikeout. That's the 4th strikeout for Jerry Koosman. Bill Verdon. So Koosman has struck out 4, walked 2. Here's the pitch to Verdon. 26 is a X. That's another strikeout. He can strike out if he decide if he gets Grote. Grote is hard to strike out though. Here's the pitch to Grote. And Dick Grote rolls a 54. That's a fly ball to right field, so he makes contact. But 3 up and 3 down for the Pirates. We go to the top of the 6th. Pittsburgh 2, New York 1. Tight game at Forbes Field. Art Shamsky will lead off for the Mets. Bob Friend did not have a good World Series in 1960. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 10 runs to the Yankees, so he was not a mystery to those hard-hitting Yankees. Here is Art Shamsky, and the pitch from Friend, 61, is a 40. Foul ball. 65 is a foul out to the catcher, Hal Smith. 1 down to Jerry Grote, the catcher. 36 is a ground ball to third base. Don Hoke makes the play. 2 quick outs, and the second baseman, Ken Boswell. 279 hitter and 69. 45 is going to be a walk. Boswell's on first. Fast runner. E27 stealing. Ed Charles at the plate. So with the modifications, his chances are 11 through 45. There he goes. 45, he's just safe. Stolen base. For Boswell, second stolen base for the Mets. And Charles could get the tie-in run in with a base hit here, or he could be walked. 207 hitter. You're walking the potential go-ahead run, pitching to the pitcher. Friend will walk Charles, and that'll bring up Jerry Koosman. That's a fly out to left field. That ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still Pirates 2, Mets 1. Well, here's Bobby Clemente. This is the bottom of the 6th. We're not yet to the fatigue inning. 6-2 is the roll. That is a 26. Ground out to second base. If I have a dice jump out the tray, I still count it unless it falls off the table. 1 down. Dick Stewart. 1-5 is a 8 against an A. That is a fly out to center field. Don Hoke. And 55 to Don Hoke is a 8 against an A, fly out to center field. Go to the top of the 7th, still 2-1 Pittsburgh. All right, let's check the history maker out-of-town scoreboard around the National League. After 6 innings, the Cincinnati Reds lead the 65 Dodgers 4-0. After 6 innings, the 69 Cubs 2, Braves 1. And the Giants scored 4 runs in the 4th inning, and they hold a 8-3 advantage over the Cardinals after 6. Here comes, let's see, the top of the order for the... All right, Tommy Agee steps into the box for New York. 55 is a fly ball to center field. Agee is 0 for 4. Here is Bud Harrelson, the shortstop. 6-5 is a pop out to the catcher. 2 away. Cleon Jones. That's a hit. 11 against a B will be a single. And Cleon Jones is 3 for 4. Mets have been stealing bases with 2 outs, and they'll probably do so here again, E26, E22, with modifications. Chances to be safe, 11 through 44. I think we're not going to push our luck this time. Let's let Clendenin swing away. Here's the pitch to Don Clendenin, 62. It's a strikeout. All right, we go last of the 7th. Pirates still up by 1. All right, here's a pitch to Hal Smith in the bottom of the 7th inning. 23 is a ground ball to third base. Ed Charles makes the play, 1 away. Gino Simoli. 41 is a ground ball to shortstop. And that is Bud Harrelson. And Jerry Koosman is rolling right along. 2 ground balls in this inning. He has retired 11 Pirates in a row. And it's been since the 3rd inning since the Pilots have hit safely off Koosman. 44 is I just jinxed him, and that's a single for Bill Mazeroski. Maz takes first. Fast runner. R34, I think the R will keep him from attempting to steal. Have to be up by 5 or more in 9th inning or later, so he's not going to try to steal. And we're not going to pitch hit for Bob Friend. He's been rolling along too. Here's the pitch to Bob Friend. 3-3 roll for Friend. That's an 8. That'll be an out. 8-2 against an A. That's a little roller back to the pitcher who throws the first. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 8th inning. It's Pittsburgh 2, and the Mets 1. Art Shamsky will lead off the top of the 8th inning for the Mets. His very first at bat in the major leagues was a home run. He had a stretch, too. That was in 65. He had a stretch in 1966 where he had 3 consecutive home runs to end the game on August 14th, and then his next time he played, he had another home run for pitch hitting. So that was 4 home runs in a row for Art Shamsky. Gets one here, it'll tie the game. Here's the pitch from Bob Friend. .22 is a base hit for Art Shamsky. It didn't go over the wall, but he is a potential tying run. A slow runner at first base. Jerry Grote, the hitter. All right, here's a pitch from Bob Friend to Jerry Grote. He squares around. He's going to try and bunt. 43 is a 29. That's going to be a bunt picked up by the first baseman. Stewart throws to shortstop covering second, and they get the out at second. 1-6, fielder's choice. Now Grote's the runner. Average speed at first. 1 away, Ken Boswell. 43 is another ground ball to the pitcher, Bob Friend. Or Y. He has a Y, so that's a strikeout. Boswell caught looking. That's 2 down. Ed Charles. And 45 is 2 balls and no strikes. Bob Friend has a Z control modifier. 26 is a 24 that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Dick Grote. Throws to first, and the Mets are retired in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Pittsburgh 2, New York 1. Jerry Koosman returns to the mound for the bottom of the 8th inning. There is 1 mark against his fatigue. It's not likely he'll be able to pitch a complete game. He's pitched well, but he's the first batter due up next inning, and they're down by a run, so he'll probably be pitch hit for it. Bill Verdon steps in the box for the Pirates, 23. Ground ball to third base. Ed Charles scoops it up, throws across the diamond, 1 away. Here's Dick Grote. 35 is a 9 against an A. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Buddy Harrelson throws to Clendenin, and Grote's retired. Here's Roberto Clemente. 2 for 3, singled and doubled. 36 is a base on balls. Clemente at first. E18 stealing. Dick Stewart's the batter. The move to first for Koosman's 1 to his favor. And Grote is a very strong catcher, +6 to his favor. So 12, his chances to steal second aren't not good. 11 through 26. Here's a pitch to Dick Stewart. 16 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the 9th. Pirates have a 1-run lead to protect. All right, pitch hitting for the Mets in the top of the 9th inning is Ed Kranepool, an original Met, signed right out of high school for $85,000. Went to high school in Brooklyn, so a very popular signing, and late in 62 he got in. He was a Met for 17 years, and from 1974 through 1978, he was a pitch hitting specialist who hit .396 those 4 years pitch hitting. Bob Friend is on the mound. He has 2 marks against his fatigue. Here's a pitch to Ed Kranepool. 6-6 roll is a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. Ed Kranepool, pinch hitting specialist, ties the game for New York in the 9th. 2-2. That drops Bob Friend's fatigue rating 1 level. That's the 3rd bad thing to happen to him. So the Pirates and Eddie Murtaugh are going to make a change here and bring on Elroy Face. He is a grade B pitcher, Y and Z modifiers. Tommy Agee. 44 is a 8 against a B. That's going to be a fly out to center field. Agee is 0 for 5 and fly to center his last 3 times up. Here is Buddy Harrelson. 21 is a fly ball to left field. Gino Simoli is under it and makes the catch. 2 down. Here is Cleon Jones. .46 will end the inning with a strikeout. But the Mets score once, and the game is tied 2-2. All right, coming to the pitch, the 9th inning for the Mets is Tug McGraw. He is a grade A pitcher with the X modifier. He's using his relief rating. Could use his starting pitching rating, B. And he could pitch longer. So the home runs here on relief ratings, you go 2 innings, and in the 2nd inning, point of fatigue comes with the first batter in the 2nd inning. If using relief rating, if he's using his starting pitching rating, then we go 7 innings. So we might go with the B rating. Let's make him a BX pitcher. This game could go a while. Here is Don Hoke to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning for Pittsburgh. Pitch to the Pirates' third baseman, 61, is a ground ball to Bud Harrelson at shortstop. 1 away. Hal Smith. 6-4 is a 38. Ball 1. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a ground out or X. McGraw has the X, so it's a strikeout. 2 down. Here is Gino Samoli. Six five is a pop out to the catcher. Pirates are retired in order. We go to the top of the 10th inning. New York 2 and Pittsburgh 2. Okay, Elroy Face has only a relief rating, so this is his fatigue rating. Inning, 3 bad things happens. His grade goes down. Don Clendenin leads off for the Mets here in the top of the 10th in a 2-2 tie. 41 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Dick Grote. 1 away. Here's Art Shamsky. 6-4 is a base on balls. Shamsky is slow. The batter for the Mets is Jerry Grote. Play it safe at first with Shamsky. Here's the pitch to Grote. 6-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. And now Ken Boswell, who at 279 is one of the higher averages for the Mets in 69. 64 is also a strikeout. Go to the bottom of the 10th inning. New York 2 and Pittsburgh 2. Bill Mazeroski will lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. Tech McGraw is pitching for New York. And we notice in the on-deck circle, the Pirates send out pitch hitter Dick Schofield, who will hit for the pitcher, Elroy Face. Here's the pitch to Bill Mazeroski. 34 is a fly ball to center field. 1 down. Dick Schofield, very successful reserve player for the Pirates. He had 333. Started playing a lot late in the season when Dick Grote was injured. Here's the pitch to Schofield. 46 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 2 outs, and Bill Verdon comes up for Pirates. 1-6 is a 28. They ground out to the shortstop. We go to the top of the 11th. 2-2 tie. All right, Charles will lead off for the Mets in the top of the 11th inning. Here's a pitch from the new pitcher for the Pirates, Fred Green, grade B and Y modifier. Rolls a 32. That's a 26 as a ground out to second base. 1 away. Ron Swoboda, pitch hitting for Ted McGraw. 53 is a 15 that will test the left fielder, who is Art Shamsky, left fielder for the Pirates is Samoli. Second column, that's going to be a base hit, can't get to it. So a single for Ron Swoboda. Average speed at first. Potential go-ahead run. Here's Tommy Agee. Green goes into the stretch. The pitch to Agee. 1-3 is a 14. That's going to be a walk. Puts a runner in scoring position. Swoboda goes to second. Agee, a fast runner, takes first. Here is Buddy Harrelson. .42 is a 23 that will test. Oh, wait, that's a ball. Catcher disputes the call and is ejected. Or, first of all, that's Hal Smith. He's at 8. So that's a fielding call on 1. That's a foul strike. Catcher injured on the foul tip. So we need a new catcher for the Pirates. Okay, I missed a roll. Harrelson tripled. Jones walked. So the batter is Clendenin. And the infield is playing for a double play, and the roll is a 44, which is a play result of 8 against a B pitcher. Single. 1 run scores, and the other run goes to third. So we still have runners at the corners. Clendenin with an RBI. Harrelson scores, and Jones is at third. It's Mets 5-2. All right, the new pitcher is going to be Harvey Haddix for Pittsburgh. He is a grade C pitcher, YZ modifier, same sidedness, left-hander against a left-handed batter. He'll be a grade B pitcher coming into relief for this one batter only. Pirates are still playing for a double play. Here's the pitch to Art Shamsky. 1-3 is a 14. That's going to be better base on balls, filling the bases. So Shamsky takes first. Clendenin goes to second. Jones is still on third. Infield's still going to play back for a double play. Jerry Grote, the catcher. Can Jerry Grote put a quarter in the merry-go-round? Here's the pitch to, I never know if that's Grote or Grote. I think it's Grote. 31 is a 9 against a C pitcher now. And that is going to be a fly out to center field. Have to roll 1 dice, see how deep it is. Not very deep. The center fielder, Verdon, is a 3. It's a 33. So what you do here is the depth is 33, and you subtract Verdon's arm, which is 33, so that's 0, and the speed of the runner at third is Jones, and he's fast, but he's not going to be that fast. He is a 16. So chances to be safe are about half a chance. 11 through 34. He'll hold and let Ken Boswell take his swings. 2 outs, infield's back. 6-6 roll, that's a hit column roll for Boswell. And that could clear the bases. 36 is a 6, it's a double. Or actually with the bases full, that's a double. Second column, see number 4, which is a double. There's 2 outs, all runners score. Jones scores, Clendenin scores, Shamsky scores, Boswell's at second with 3 RBIs, and suddenly Mets 8, Pirates 2. The horse is out of the barn. Here's Ed Charles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs charged to Fred Green. And one of these runs charged to Harvey Haddix. Here's the pitch to Ed Charles. 65 is a foul out to the catcher. That ends the inning. Go to the bottom of the 11th inning. The Mets 8 and the Pirates 2. Ron Taylor comes on the pitch for New York, and he's got Jerry Grote, Bud Clemente, and Dick Stewart, and a 6-run lead to work with. Here's the pitch to Dick Grote, 23, is a ground out to third base. Thrown out by Ed Charles, 1 away. Bobby Clemente. That's also a ground out to third base, same thing. Dick Stewart. 61 will end it. That's a ground ball to the shortstop, Buddy Harrelson, the throw to first. That's the ball game. The final score after 11. New York Mets 8 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 2. We'll be back with a wrap-up. All right, all the games were final in the National League. The Cincinnati Reds defeated the 65 Dodgers 4-2. 69 Cubs over the 69 Braves 3-2, and the San Francisco Giants blew out the 67 St. Louis Cardinals 9-4. In our game, it went extra innings. We have for New York 8 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. For Pittsburgh, 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher was Tug McGraw. 2 perfect innings of relief, no hits and 2 strikeouts, no walks. And the losing pitcher was Fred Green, who got shelled for 5 runs in 1/3 of an inning. All right, today's star of the game is starting pitcher Jerry Koosman. Didn't figure in the decision, but he gave the New York Mets 8 solid innings of pitching, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Kept them in the game, kept them right there until Ed Kranepool hit the 9th inning home run to tie the game and take us into extra innings. Jerry Koosman was a solid pitcher for the New York Mets throughout his career. He retired with the most victories by a left-hander for the New York Mets. I think he had 104. He had 1,799 strikeouts for the Mets, and he pitched 26 shutouts for the Mets. 2.08 rookie ERA with 7 shutouts his rookie year in '68. Follow that up with 2.28 ERA in 1969. Jerry Koosman, an underrated starting pitcher for the New York Mets, is our star today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and God bless.